how much should you be spending on marketing at each stage of your business? Well, in the last video, we talked about marketing, what you should be doing at each point, but ultimately, I'm going to be giving out some dirty secrets that no marketing company ever wants to give out, because ultimately this is going to hurt their bottom line, but it's important for you as a consumer or potential purchaser of their goods and services to know what you're going to actually be spending on and what kind of services you should be expecting to get, really, ultimately, is what the goal is. So you have to think about, first of all, is what are you selling? Is it a product or service? This only matters based on what you are actually going to be doing. If you're a product-based company, chances are pretty good, if you don't have sales, you're going to want to start right off the bat with ads. There's no questions asked. If you're a service-based business and you are looking to grow slowly, and there's a big difference because if you want to grow fast, you got to be really careful. Some businesses, most of the time, don't have the ability to grow as quickly as they'd like. Either way, if you're going to grow slowly, you're going to want to focus your budget on SEO. If you want to grow quick, it's probably going to be ads and SEO. You're also going to be spending a bit more money. And if you're a product-based company, you're going to be going right into ads. There's no need for SEO in the beginning. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, but what I am saying is you need sales right away to get your business going. That's going to be found on Facebook and Google more than likely, and other ad revenue, or better yet, ad platforms. So in the early stages of your business, either way, you should be spending zero money on a marketing agency. Yep, I said that right. You should be spending $0. If you're going the SEO route, go start creating content yourself. Don't outsource it to somebody else. This is bootstrapping right off the bat. If you're a VC company, almost none of this is going to be applicable to you. You'll already have money to go spend on marketing, both SEO and ads. But if you're just starting out and you're just bootstrapping, you should not be paying anybody to do anything. If you're running Facebook ads, you should be spending less than $200 a month on Facebook ads, or what you can reasonably afford. So it may go a little higher if you can afford more money, but you should be focusing on Facebook ads and you should be doing them yourself. Now you might be thinking, Harrison, why wouldn't I go hire somebody else who's an expert in this? Chances are pretty good. It's very hard to find a good company that is willing to charge that little amount of money. Most good ad agencies are $1,000+ a month for their service. On top of that, you also have to have a ad spend as well. You're not going to get that good of a company. Now, there are a few companies out there. There's always people trying to learn and get better, and they are willing to use your money for a way cheaper rate to learn Google and Facebook ads. Yes, these people exist. Is there anything wrong with that? Absolutely not. Chances are pretty good if they're trying to test what they know, they are going to be hyper-focused in your account, and it might actually end up better for you. Keep in mind, these people are very hard to find. Now, if you're going the SEO route, at the end of the day, every single day, you should be sitting down with a product called WriterZen or SEO Surfer, and you should be writing an article. I will leave a link down below for WriterZen, but go get it. It is a lifetime discount or a lifetime deal. You buy it once, and you'll have it forever, and it's going to help you write awesome articles. Along with that, you should subscribe to this channel so you can learn how to write great articles that will rank in Google. So once you have all that, you should just start writing articles. Try to produce one every week. I know it sounds like a lot, but 1,000 words every week isn't too bad. I'm good for about 1,000 to 2,000 words in a 1-hour sitting, as long as I'm typing the entire time. So that's what you should be doing from the early stages of your business. Now, when should you actually spend money on marketing? You should be spending money on marketing. When I say money, I mean $500 to about $2,000 a month when you break the $250,000 revenue limit, right? The reason why I say that, and that's such a high number for some people, is because chances are pretty good you don't have the money, you're still learning on how to structure your pricing, how to structure basically everything, and your profit margins might not be there. Now, if your profit margins are there and you're making about 20 to 50% of that money is being put in your pocket, then you're probably going to be on the upper side of that. If it's on the lower side, then you're obviously going to be on the lower side. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't spend money if you're less than $250,000, but realistically, if you want to grow and at that revenue level, you're starting to hire an employee, figure out your systems, processes, and procedures, that's probably what you're looking at as a reasonable amount of spend. $250,000 should be between $500 and $2,000. Once again, big gap because everybody's still learning. You're still figuring out your profit margins. You're figuring out everything that is going to put money in your pocket, right? You have customers. You've started to grow your business pretty organically. That's number 2. Number 3, the 250 and plus. So the $250 to about $2 million, you're looking at anywhere between $2,000 on the low side, really $3,000 to about $5,000 to $7,000 per month with a marketing agency. This is their cost at this point. It's not, hey, this is all of my services. This is what they're getting as profit, and any additional marketing services are coming in after that. This might sound crazy, but some agencies are going to do SEO for you. They're going to run ads for you. They're going to be doing content creation for you. All of these different areas vary tremendously. So realistically, I know it sounds kind of crazy, but when you're about $250,000 and up, and obviously that scale will vary, you've already figured out your profit margins, you've really kind of dialed everything in, you want to start to spend between $2,000 up to about $7,000. Now, once again, big range, but here's what happens after that area. Most of the time, your business is going to be too big when it hits that $1 million range that it starts to make sense to hire somebody in-house. Now, some companies wait until they're about $5 to $10 million in business, and other companies wait until they're about $1 million in business to bring on a full-time marketer. Here's the catch with bringing on marketing people. They love to spend money. So just know that when you hire somebody, they're going to be spending your money on Facebook ads, Google ads, and make sure you really vet it. Hire an agency to interview that person. I know it sounds crazy, but you being the business owner don't have the skills necessary and the ideas and the thought process to ask the right questions that will dig up that perfect marketing person. You also have to think about what's important. Is it the brand? Is it the brand identity? Is it all of the marketing materials? Is it the actual marketing content? Is it there's so many different aspects to marketing that you really have to think of. So when you're hiring somebody, keep in mind this position is going to be paid between $60,000 and $80,000 to start out, right? That is what a reasonable marketing manager costs in most of the country. Once again, decent area because that's a decent price for a good person, but you have to keep in mind, what are they really good at? It is very hard, if not impossible, to go find somebody who knows everything about marketing. Just doesn't really exist. And if they are out there, which I'm sure there are, those people are way above $80,000 a year. They are in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. They are able to create PowerPoints in record time. They are able to create slide decks, investor decks. They're able to run Facebook ads, Google ads. They're able to do branding. They're able to do content. They're able to do SEO, the whole gamut. So once you start to pass that $2 million mark, you're going to start looking for a marketing team. Now, I'm not saying get rid of your agency. You may hire a marketing manager who is going to manage that agency, but keep in mind, this is somebody that you will have on your team for the next years to come. And also keep in mind that these people need to be in line with what your business is about. Doesn't matter what your business does, but it needs to have that person needs to have the same mentality that you as the business owner have. And when they do, this is going to allow your business to grow at an exponential rate. But they have to be in line. Doing your due diligence is well worth it. And if you have to hire a third-party marketing company to interview that person to make sure they are as good as they say they are and can prove it, because anybody can forge anything, have them show accounts, go through there, really skim through and understand what's going on. This will allow you to hire the right person. Believe it or not, there's really only 3 areas of sides of businesses that you need to worry about. Companies like Nike, companies like Amazon are not hiring marketing companies, right? There are bigger firms that might completely outsource everything, and you'll have a couple marketing managers that manage that entire agency, but they're few and far between, and those agencies have been around for years and years and years, and they may be really, really good, but the vast majority of companies that have passed the $2 million mark, and especially like the $10 million mark, are bringing their entire team in-house. 40 hours a week, working with them day in and day out. They'll have a handful of experts at the $10 million mark, and they no longer need the assistance of an agency. So agencies typically should never be that big unless they have a decent amount of clients or they have great profit margins. Keep this in mind. This is really, really important because a lot of businesses don't quite understand that scale. Once again, in the beginning, you want to make sure that you first hit the like button, because I think I've deserved it at this point. At least I hope I have. And if I haven't, please leave a comment down below on why I have or have not earned it. But in the beginning, you're bootstrapping. Don't spend money on a marketing agency. It's the silliest thing in the world. If you need sales immediately, go learn basic Facebook ads. There is one exception to this. If you sell a product and you are way too busy fulfilling orders, doing all the laborious work, then yes, hire a marketing company. That would make sense. Assuming that you're less than $250,000. There are always exceptions to any of these. Once again, you hit the $250,000 to about $2 million. You're really looking at between $2,000 and about $7,000 a month. And anything after that, you're looking at a pretty significant investment. And every single case at that point is going to be very, very unique. So keep this in mind when you're looking to go hire a marketing company. This is about what you should be spending every single time you hire a marketing company. This should help you, at least give you a good idea of what to expect at each level. But the real sweet spot is either those early stages when you absolutely need to get leads or sales through the door and you're willing to spend more money on it. And the main sweet spot is really that $250,000 up to that multi-million dollar mark. And I say multi-million because there are plenty of companies that hit the $10 million mark and still work with an agency. And I get that. The agency hires the best talent out there. That's literally our job. I say our because I do own an agency called Growth Generators. Link down below, along with our free Facebook group. Link down below. But this is so incredibly important. Most companies just go willy-nilly. They don't think about anything. They don't focus on the marketing. Really figure out, and when you're doing this and you're ready to hire an agency, interview them just like you'd interview an employee. Go through what experience do you have? Why should I select you? What's the benefit of that? How long have you guys been around? What are you guys really, really good at? What are you not so good at? If they're not willing to answer what they're not so good at, be careful. They may be hiding something. Other than that, I hope this video helps you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this content. If you guys do, leave a comment down below. If you learned something, also leave a comment down below. And heck, I think I've waited long enough. Dominate that like button. I appreciate you guys. Other than that, questions, comments below. Love you guys.